Hello, everyone. This is Dan Gramza, and welcome to dangramza.com Market Studies for Monday, September 22nd. Well, let's look at these charts. And before we get into this, if you haven't seen these before, these are daily charts in a candle format. The blue or the green line, excuse me, represents a buy level. The red line represents a sell level. Dash lines means that's something that happened earlier in the week. So, for example, 3 days ago, there was the idea being that if you traded below that level, that would be a sell. I also want to point out to you, it did cooperate for a while, but it also traded above that. It closed above it, and that would be a losing position at that point. The dollar value between the buy and sell level, to give you a feel for that, is $6,650 a contract. What we're looking for, it's a positive close going into the weekend. So we're looking for follow through to the upside. Check out the NASDAQ market, something very similar in terms of behavior. The buy to sell level in that market, again, just to give you a reference, is $10,200 a contract. Over in the Dow, we have a few things going on here in that market. So let's take a look at those. The dollar differences here we're looking at between the buy and sell level there was, make sure I give you the right one. There it is, $2,530 a contract. And between the buy and sell level here, it was $920 a contract. Look for sideways to higher. And in the Russell, this difference between the buy and sell level in that market. Now, again, we're looking at small cap stocks. When we look at that, it's $350 a contract. It's the weakest out of all the indices. It implies a sideways market. Over in the euro, so in the currencies, that buy level to that sell level, $875 a contract. It implies that a stronger U.S. dollar means lower prices here for the euro, but stronger U.S. dollar prices. Same thing for the Swissy dollar from the buy to sell level in that market is, just to give you a reference, $1,662.50. If we look at what's going on in the Japanese yen, very bouncy, possibility of an inside day, but be aware that this is potentially bullish. Aussie dollar, dollar difference, buy to sell level, $110 a contract. Look for continued weakness. Same thing here in the British pound. Buy to sell level in that market was $100 a contract. Canadian dollar, $270 is the difference buy to sell level in that market. And it's a very well, there's actually one more there, too, that we could talk about. That's $80 is the dollar difference between that sell and buy level. It closed positive, and it implies an inside day for Monday. Now, Bitcoin, buy the sell level in that market, $19,725 a contract. Weakness here, but as we talked about in the advanced video, this is a market struggling. It wants to go higher, but consistency of behavior is what we're missing on the buy side. 10-year notes continued weaker. Look for an inside day on Monday. Same thing holds true for the 30-year bonds. They're slowing down at these levels. Gold, buy to sell level in that market is, well, the most recent one. Let me show you that first. There we go. Right here, this difference is $2,000 a contract. What we're seeing before that, the larger move here is $4,200 a contract. Let's take a look at silver. Here, the buy to sell level here in silver, it's $500 a contract. I don't look for another big day up, but follow through is expected for Monday. Copper dollar difference here buy to sell level is $750 a contract. Now, this buy level to that sell level is $1,750 a contract. Follow through is expected. However, fundamentals are weak for that market. Crude oil. We got a lot of crude oil is what it comes down to. Dollar difference buy to that sell level, $880 a contract. Don't look for a big day down on Monday. Be cautious here on the short side. Feel the same way about nat gas. Even though we have a lot of it, we're getting low enough to see where hedgers are coming into that market. Soybeans in the same boat. We're at a level where buyers may return to that market. Right now, harvest looks good. Same thing in corn. We got outlook that's positive. So fundamentals really don't support a big move up in that market. Dollar difference buy to sell level is $200 a contract. And over in wheat, this difference $350 a contract. And I look for further movement to the downside in that market. Well, that concludes today's market studies. Thank you for joining me. Look forward to being with you again next week. In the meantime, have a terrific weekend and take care.